Research and Development Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A new monthly webcast to bring you, the fans, even closer to the on-track action.
It's a monthly show that's not only about Three Rivers RC, but other racing leagues all around the world. Now, the first segment each month is going to be a race recap, where we recap the most recent races of Three Rivers RC. Since the season hasn't begun yet, we're just going to take a quick look back at the 2010 season. So take a look at some highlights while I read off some stats about that season. It was Three Rivers RC inaugural season, as most of you probably know. Bill Steinbach is the champion of that season. He had a midsummer sweep that really let him pull ahead in the points of Chad Lindbrunner. Chad had a comeback going for him, but he just could not win those last several races to take him over in the points. 13 races is the amount that Bill won. 9 is the amount that Chad won. There was one road course race last year, which will be changing this year, and we'll talk about that a little later, as well as 2 non-points events. This will also be changing. We want to have more non-points events to make it more exciting, have more action, and really show off the beauty and the precision of these cars. So, Bill will talk about that a little later, and now I want to hand over the microphone to him for some points updates and car update. We're getting a new points package. We'd like to show you that, and then we'd like to explain our cars a little bit. We'll do this also monthly, and we'll keep you updated on the amount of points that people have, as well as how the cars are doing themselves.
Now, like Chad said earlier, last year Bill Steinbach won 13 races and Chad Lindbrunner only won 9 races. And this season, over the off-season, in preparation for this season, the Three Rivers RC sanctioning body came up with a new points system and a better rules package to make closer racing and hopefully in the long term a better championship battle. As of last year, if you won a race, you earned, 11 points?
Yeah.
And 1 bonus point if you could lead every lap in the race, which was never done, almost done by Chad Lindbrunner one day. This year, if you win a race, you earn 10 points. And if you lead every lap in the race, once again, you earn 1 bonus point. Last year, if you finished second, you earned 8. This year, it's 9. Another great addition to the 2011 season is the new NIMH battery packs, as seen here. These battery packs are much more eco-friendly than the battery packs we ran last year, the NICD kind. And you also don't have to run these down every time you want to race your car again. So it's much more efficient. It's cheaper for these teams.
Not only that, they do provide a lot more speed over a longer period of time. The charge does not run out as quickly, and the battery's life lasts longer in general. So you'll be able to see more speed, more action with these batteries.
Now, these may look like your basic generic RC cars, but they actually have many modifications to produce higher speeds and a better quality of racing. As you can see here, my number 1 Chevrolet Corvette, we run a lot of grill tape to add front downforce. Also underneath, there was these support bars on the front splitter. I have taped that over them so the airflow doesn't go up into the car and take away the downforce I've added onto the body. Also, in the rear of these cars, right here along the crush panel, mine has an extra bumper bar which I put tape over, so when the air comes out of the back crush panel, it pushes down, therefore creating more downforce. Another quick thing, the Three Rivers RC Racing League requires these front splitters to protect your car, add front downforce, and they just look cool. Take it away.
Typically, we like to sand that down to reduce not only damage, but make it more aerodynamic so that the air can flow under it rather than getting caught in some of these scratches here, because Chad Lindbrunner's car is pretty beat up. He's using the same car. Bill has a new Chevy. Ford has left Three Rivers RC League. We're very sad to say, but we're happy that we got Chevy here, and Bill Steinbach will be racing this yellow number 1 Corvette. Okay, and in the next segment, we're going to take a look at the next few races, but right now I'd like to talk about practice. Practice has been going well so far, and we've really learned a lot about these cars. We're learning about aerodynamics of these cars. You may say, oh, they're cheap cars or Walmart. Well, they're not from Walmart. I prefer Kmart personally. But anyways, these cars, they really do, aerodynamics does play a factor. Isn't that right, Bill?
Yes, it does. And where last year it seemed like these cars could only run a short track style where it was pretty much get behind the guy in front of you and just beat him out of the way. This year it's more of a skilled type of racing where you can run the inside lane and you can rim ride around Moon Speedway. This is unheard of, and it really makes for better racing out there.
Lane choice on restarts is really going to make a difference too with these cars. Yeah, double file restarts, that should really help. We do have a new system for restarting because last season it was kind of iffy, unorganized, but this time we will have another line that will show the cars when they should slow down, come to a near stop, not all the complete stop, and then go at the restart line. And that should really help these cars not have an advantage as to who wrecks. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna.
Yeah.
Each car will have level playing field. That's what I meant. All right, now I'm gonna hand the mic over to Bill again to talk a little bit more about these cars, and then we'll move on to This Week in Racing, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Now, you may be asking yourself right now, well, why don't they just go out there and buy hobby-grade cars? Well, we do actually have a hobby-grade car right here. We have the number 6 Summit Racing Ford F-250. As you can see, it has a lot of the same features that our cars have. You can align the steering and everything. But the one thing is, these are really good on dirt track surfaces, which Three Rivers RC only runs pavement. So it didn't make much sense.
Take a look at those tires.
Yeah, these are pretty meaty tires. Also, hobby-grade cars can be so expensive. Three Rivers RC wanted to have cars for under $100, as you can see here, so that anybody could just show up and race and be a competitive racer.
Also, our personal economic situation is not what we'd like it to be to afford hobby-grade cars with our job status and the economy the way it is these days. All right, now it's time for This Week in Racing. I'll hand the mic over to Bill once again, and we'll get going with that.
Now, if you're a NASCAR fan, I'm sure 2 weeks ago you saw Talladega. It tied for the closest finish in NASCAR history by 2 1,000ths. Yes, I said 2 1,000ths of a second. Jimmy Johnson just beat out Clint Boyer in the tri-oval. Another thing that was really weird in that race was this whole 2-car draft deal we saw. We've never seen this before.
It.
Now, it happened at Daytona, but we've never really seen it at Talladega. And Brian Newman, he spun out so many times. He crashes more than Charlie Sheen in these super speedway races. But somehow he manages to finish this one at Talladega. And that save on the back straightaway when he literally came inches away from hitting that inside wall. You ask me, that was one piece of driving. That was absolutely incredible. So now I'm going to send it over to Chad for the email of the week.
All right, the email of the week is a new thing that we're going to set up. You guys fans can send us emails, and we'll respond to them on YouTube in this format. We don't have anything right now. Pretty much all the comments that we've been getting prior to the season is about the hobby grade cars, which I believe Bill answered quite thoroughly earlier in the show. So you can send your emails to threeriversrc@gmail.com. Very simple. I know many of you use Gmail. I do. So it should be easy for you guys to send us emails, and we'll get back to them on the air. Also, we have a sponsorship deal going up, but I will send out a message to subscribers about that, and we'll get that going too. All right, now Bill is going to have the final segment of this show, which is titled This Time Last Season. It's just a quick little historic thing, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, it's just 1 year, but we decided to add it in just for, effect. Yeah, just for kicks. It's a short little segment about history, but I'll let Bill talk more about that. I'm kind of taking his segment.
One more thing to add to our sponsorship deal. It's the first 35 applicants, right? Who send in a message.
If we get that many.
I think we will. And this time last season, in 2010, Three Rivers RC at this time was just a mere idea written down on a piece of paper in study hall.
I can't believe it's already April.
You look at the rapid growth of Three Rivers RC. Like I said earlier, this time last year...
How many subscribers do we have right now?
We're up to 234, where in the past, since January 31st, we've gained over 175 subscribers. That is incredible to see the rapid growth of how we just took this great idea and built it into something like this, a true dynasty in RC racing. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of In the Throttle.
I know I did.
We hope to see you here next time on the Three Rivers RC Racing Network from the preseason race at Moon Speedway in 16 days.
Dude, that was awesome.